What's up, everybody? I'm Steve Kramer of Kramer Basketball, and today I'm going to show you how I made a cold tub, aka blue collar cold tub, aka poor man's cold tub, for under 130 bucks. So today's water temp just below 49, 48 degrees. I'd like it to be mid 40s to low 40s preferably, but we're doing what we can with the blue collar cold tub. This video will talk a little bit about how put together a cold tub like this, and then some of the rationale behind it. For me, being a former college athlete playing overseas, being in the cold wasn't, extremely unfamiliar to me. But who likes being in the cold? So, for me, it was experimenting with cold showers during my summer basketball camp circuit. I'm traveling all over the place, and I took a cold shower every single morning before our camps, and I had a lot of benefits from doing that. And so the next step from doing a cold shower would be to hop in and do one of these. I was looking for something like a bigger horse trough. I want to buy one for cheap right away. I went into Lowe's. This is a 75-gallon tote, and I'll show you a couple things I really like about this tote. And from there, it was all about getting water, getting ice, and making this thing happen. How big is a 75-gallon tub? Well, to give you an idea, I'm 6'3", and so no, I can't straighten my legs out in this thing. I do wish it was a little bit bigger, but what I would say is, I can still get above my heart, close to my chest by getting as deep in here as I can. Still splash your face, go under the water if you need to. But for the most part, like if you're 6 foot, if you're 5'10", you're not gonna have any problem, buying this 75-gallon tote. I got it from Lowe's, and be able to fit in here pretty easily. So why do the cold tub? For me, it was all about being alert. I know there's a lot of research out there as far as what people can do with cold, some of the health and immune system benefits. But for me, it was getting in the cold tub and just feeling very alert, feeling energized, especially for the next 2-3 hours a day. So that was something that I wanted to continue, and no question about it. After I hop out of here, for being in here between, depending on how cold the water is, between 1 minute and 30 and 2 minutes or longer, I feel energized and I'm feeling good for the next 2-3 hours at least. Temperature-wise, you listen to the Huberman podcast. He's talked about a lot of the benefits between 41 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I did a little research my own. One of my buddies is a coach in the NBA G League. He said they keep theirs also between 41 and 50 degrees for their pro athletes. Another one of my buddies is a college coach, reached out to him. What's your cold tub? He said they set it right at 45 degrees. So, for me, as long as I'm kind of in that range of 41 to 50 degrees, I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's funny because, I think if you don't do any of this stuff, you think it's just crazy sitting in an ice bath right now. But if you've been doing this a while, you're like, you got to be in the 30-degree range. So for me, I'm not trying to, out tough anybody, and I wouldn't necessarily say, if I'm in at 48 or 49 degrees, am I used to it? Is it pretty easy? Yeah, it's gotten a lot easier over time, but you got to start somewhere. And for me, if I can get it in the mid to low 40s when I hop in here, it's pretty good temperature for me. Okay, so the main reason you're able to do this in under $130 is because you use water bottles and throw them in the freezer, and you bring them out in the morning, you throw them in, and usually give yourself like an hour where it's able to sit, cool the water off, and then you're good to go when you jump in. This is a 75-gallon tote from Lowe's. It cost me 70 bucks. I like it. It's got the top, keep stuff from getting in there. It's got the wheels, and it has a nice handle as well. I got 4 of these. They're 2.5 pound a piece of ice, and so I got 4 of these. I throw them in the freezer. That's 30 bucks total, and then you got to have a thermometer. You got to know what your temperature's at, and that was 20 bucks. So that's 120 bucks plus tax, not counting the ice from the water bottles that we throw in. And if you don't have a lot of space, if you can fit 1 or 2 of those in your freezer, you'll be in good shape. I'll show you what I'm able to do. I would not be able to do it if I didn't have a mini fridge though. The freezer up here
super easy. Like I said, I have 4 of those, so that's 10 pounds of ice that I'm able to put in here. And then I squeeze in a bunch of other water bottles on top of them that I freeze. And I actually can fit in about 20 pounds of ice just in this container each day. Is it worth it? Is it sustainable? I mean, for me, of course, it's worth it because I'm pretty frugal. And so to spend 120, 130 bucks on this, you know, even if it's not the most effective way to get it done because it was cheap, and I still feel like I'm getting the benefits of, you know, feeling very alert for the next few hours of the day, absolutely, it's worth it, and I would do it again and again. Is it sustainable to do year round where I live during the summertime? No, you need so much ice that I don't know where I would store it. But that's when I'm doing my summer travel circuit, traveling around the country running basketball camps. And so for me, June, July, August, I'm going to be back taking cold showers again. I'm traveling in hotels, different places. And so, you know, that's what makes sense for me anyway. So to be able to get back to home base, have something cheap, and, you know, I'm still trying to make some tweaks down the road. Maybe we'll invest a little more into, you know, a ice barrel or something like that. But, you know, I just can't justify paying, you know, $4,000 or $5,000 for a cold tub when, you know, there's other things that I would rather spend my money on. So this gives me the benefits. It's a lot cheaper, and right now, that's what I'm going. Let me know if there's anything that you do, anything you think that I can do, you know, a little bit better with my setup to keep this thing cold, keep it in the, you know, really the 40-degree range is what I'm looking for, and, you know, I appreciate it.